Hello and welcome to Train of Thought. My name is Rob Tobias. Today I have a special guest all the way from Boulder, Colorado. His name is Rabbi Jack Gabriel. And for those that don't know, Rabbi means teacher. Welcome, Jack.
Thank you, my friend. So I'll tell you what I do as a teacher. I use whatever I got.
Yes.
To go to a place of spirit, hopefully. And one of the ways I do that Rob and I have connected on is the land of music.
And that's why I know we're on the same wavelength, because you move spirit in a beautiful way through music, and I've listened to some of your albums, and but I would love if you want to start out with sharing something.
Yeah. So the kind of rabbi I am is it's called Jewish Renewal, which is a tiny little fragment of the Jewish tribe. But one of the things about it is the person who founded it was a believer in the arts. So if you could find spirit through songs or painting or through dance, do it. And people say they don't like organized religion. Well, Jewish Renewal is pretty disorganized, so.
I like the idea of Jewish Renewal as a branch.
Branch, that's true. La 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 la. La 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 da da. La 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 la. How very good and so lovely, people in peace together. How very good and so lovely, people in peace together. So in harmony, people in peace together. So in harmony, people in peace together. Now this is one of King David's greatest hits. I think number 137. He talks about brothers and sisters sitting down, making magic happen. He said, Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. He said, Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh la 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 la. I remember one time about maybe 20 years ago, I was living in San Francisco. I got invited by the Sufi order there, the Golden Gate Sufi order. They said, you wanna come with us to Mendocino? You wanna teach a little Torah? I said, really? Thank you. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I said, just do what you do, man. Yes, yes, how very good and so lovely. People in peace together. Whether Buddhist, Hindu, Jain or Jew, Christian, Muslim, hey, hey, Wiccan. So in harmony, people can be in peace together. So in harmony, if we just put out the extra effort, people in peace together. Oh, people and the environment and the world to come is waiting. The world of fun is waiting. The world post-pandemic is waiting. The world past fascist is waiting. The world past authoritarian is waiting. People in peace together.
What a good starting spot, because that song is used Hine Matov, so many Jewish gatherings. It's how good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together. And it's not sung in English that much, so I appreciate that you bring that song and that prayer. And I'm reminded of when you said fun. And one of the songs that endeared me to you is "You're Up with Joy," and you sing the bowl of fun na beer na na, which I think a bowl of fun, a bowl of fun, and a beer right now, a beer right now.
Oh,
So
that's great,
when I
man.
hear that phrase, but it means something else in Hebrew, I'm sure.
Yeah, it means come. Well, but I love that you can do a pun in two languages. That's pretty cool, my friend Rob. That's very cool.
Because I had a little hard time learning that. You know, I sing it, but so for me to learn the Hebrew, I had to kind of think a bowl of fun.
Mnemonic devices.
Yeah, bowl of fun.
Yeah, so that's also from King David's greatest hits. That's number 100 on the hit chart. Psalm 100 is Ivdu et Yah b'simcha. Serve the source of your breath with joy. Ba'u lefanav, bowl of fun. Bowl of fun of birnana. Come before the divinity with songs of dance.
Yeah.
It's like really, it's like, and
it's a bowl of fun.
Discovered reggae and klezmer have the same backbeat.
Yeah.
You can do the same kind of rhythm if you're in Jamaica, Romania, or even Scotland. Serve your inner spirit, serve your inner spirit. Serve it up right up with joy, serve it up with joy. Hey, hey, serve your inner spirit, serve your inner spirit. Serve it up right up with joy, serve it up with joy. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You know, I'm a big fan of Rebbe Nachman. He was a great Rebbe psychologist long time ago. He didn't believe in despair or depression. You know, he had a prescription. or to make sadness go. He said, do a little dance, sing a little song, fake it till you make it up with joy. He said, do a little dance, sing a little song,
Sing a little song.
yes, get silly with joy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Serve your inner spirit. Serve your inner spirit. Serve it up right up with joy. Serve it up with joy. I'm saying up with joy. I'm saying up with joy, yo, 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 up with joy. The person and the experience. Yes. Be joyful if you can. Do the best, yes, young man. Everything is open to you. Up with joy. Be like my friend Rob. He makes things go up and down and bob, bob, bob. He sure can bob when he sings. Oh, up with joy. Yeah, yeah, up with joy, yo, 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 with joy. Do a little dance.
Do a little dance.
Sing a little song.
Sing a little song.
Act a little silly. Up with joy.
Yeah. I believe in that. I believe in that one.
Where did you first go to find joy, my friend? You
Where did I
remember?
first find joy?
Yeah.
Oh boy, there's a good question. I'm asking questions as well, but yeah, I like that. I would say, I sports were big for me when I was a little guy. Um, Cincinnati Reds. You know,
Wow.
I had my little red uniform and
I love
my
it.
bat and my glove, and my dad took me to. I was 5 years old. He took me to the 1961 World Series against the
Wow.
New York Yankees and Whitey Ford and
That big red
Mickey.
machine? Was that the big red machine?
No, no, no. This is 1961. That was Frank Robinson, Veda Pinson.
Wow.
Way back, way back. I was a big Red Machine guy too, but that was later in the 70s. Uh,
Yeah.
no, as a little guy, it was things like baseball and basketball. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
So my two favorite heroes, sports heroes, were Frank Robinson and Oscar Robertson, and my name is Rob. So and Robbie. So there'd be headlines in the paper sometimes like Robbie hits 2 home runs or something,
Yay.
and I would go, yeah, man, yeah, that's right, I did.
You know, I'm a little older than you. My equivalent is this. It's funny. We have a similar thing. I grew up in the South Bronx, so it's South Central Bronx, and both my parents were working. They were immigrants. We were all immigrants. Came to America with zero. We came out of World War II and the Holocaust with zero. But we came and wound up in the Bronx. And my neighbor upstairs, Scotty, he loved the New York Giants.
Hmm.
So I would go up to, my parents were both working, and I would go upstairs after school and I'd sit with him, and he'd be watching on a little tiny TV set. We're talking 1954
Wow.
or 53 or 52. We're talking about Willie Mays playing center field
For
for
New
the
York.
New York Giants at the Polo Grounds.
Yeah.
So I would sit there, and Scotty loved the Giants. So I started loving the Giants too, you know. And then one day he said to me, "I'm going to take you to a game." I said, "No, really?" "Yes." So I don't know. I'm not old. I must be like 6 or 7. Yeah, I got born 46. So yeah, it's like I'm 7 or 8. And so he takes me to a game, And here's what was really cool. After the game, he says, let's go out and back. There were like long, skinny streets in Manhattan where the Polo Grounds were. And out came Willie Mays, who was a young kid at that point. He was like, in his early 20s. He was called the Say Hey Kid.
Yeah.
Because he said, say hey. He was like very happy and a brilliant, artist of a baseball player. And he starts hitting the ball out to us. We had these Spaldings, these little pink balls. Willie Mays took a broom handle and was basically playing stickball with us.
Wow.
And we were like street urchins. We were like these little kids. And he would hit the ball a ridiculous distance. He'd like hit it like 500 feet. We have to chase after this ball. If you played stickball in New York, the question was, how many sewers did you hit the ball? And every 150 feet, there'd be a little sewer. There'd be a little metal top. Yeah. And Willie was like a 5 sewer guy. He hit like 700 feet because it's Willie Mays. We're chasing the ball, man. It was like the happiest. It only happened once, man. But I'm telling you, from my animation, it was one of the highlights of my life. Catching a ball that Willie Mays was hitting. It was unbelievable, man. So Scotty was a sweet, sweet young man. So we watched a lot of games, and then when I didn't go to see Scotty, I would turn on the radio at home, and I'd listen to the baseball game, and I go, "Come on, Willie, hit a home run for me." He did it more often than not, man. The guy was in 1954. He batted .345. He had over 200 hits, and he hit 51 home runs. He had the Triple Crown. He had like 130 RBIs. He was just unbelievable. And I was 8 years old, and he was my Willie Mays, man.
That's quite a story, because he could be considered, he's right up there with the greatest of all time. I mean, there's others names that get thrown out, but in terms of consistency, playing the field,
and he was a money player. When he played his best games, he would be killer in all-star games. He'd play against the best of the best, and he'd like steal home.
Yeah.
He'd hit a home run in the ninth inning to win it for the National League. He was like such a money player. He just like, give me the stage, man. Give me a spotlight and watch me take it.
Anyway, I was talking about, when I was working out in the woods and journaling and singing, and that's when I realized I had to learn music. And I went back to school and got the music, got a little bit of training. So that's when that joy developed. And it also was around the time I met Rabbi Hanan and kind of started to connect with my Judaism, because I didn't really have a Jewish identity in Ohio, even it was Reform, but it wasn't until the music got inserted into the spirit of the prayer and the spirit of what was happening. That's when it became more real for me.
Yes. And you know what? I went, so I told you before, my parents were Holocaust survivors. I was actually born in a DP camp in Italy. When people sometimes ask me where you're from, and I say, I was born nowhere, man. I was born nowhere, because it wasn't really Italy and it was not Italy. It was like this place where it was like a holding place for humans. And unfortunately, we hung there 3.5 years. But anyway, when we got to America, it was the music and stuff that lifted my spirits. But I noticed distinctions. So my parents plopped me into this very parochial school, and I had a very fancy for kind of a first-rate education. But on Sundays, I had school on Sundays. I had school 6 days a week. It's pretty crazy. But on Sunday, the city buses that I usually took to go to school were very slow. There's like a bus every hour. So if you missed the bus, game over. You had to walk to school. And it was, I was a little kid. I was not that big. But there was one time I was walking, and I walked past this church. And the music coming out of the church was lifting the bricks. You know what I mean? Like the roof was coming off. And I developed a very serious illness. You know what it was called? gospel envy.
Ah,
I suffered from gospel envy. I said, how come my synagogue doesn't sound like that, man? But they're singing their heart out, man, on Sunday morning. The
yeah.
gospel church. I'm not talking, not every church, but the gospel church in the Bronx, the roof was coming off, man. And I
I
said, I do that one day.
I can
Well,
relate.
yeah.
I wrote a Elohim gospel one time because
Okay.
you know that I was just kind of gonna see if I can call it up, but yeah, because I'm the same way. I mean, growing up in Ohio, that was there was a Baptist and I knew people that are in that mode, but it has the call and response. You know, when I'm walking, when I'm walking by the river, by the river, I can feel you, I can feel you when I'm walking, when I'm walking. Elohim, Elohim, in my soul, in my soul, in my soul, my soul. When I'm letting go of ego, when I'm letting go of ego, I can feel you, I can feel you. When I'm letting go of ego, Elohim, Elohim, in my soul, in my soul, in my soul, in my soul.
That's beautiful.
I mean, this, and I go on. I got a bunch of verses, but that's what you're just what you're talking about. You can spirit is spirit, man. It's
Yeah. So it's an interesting time of year for us to have this conversation because I happen to have this thing here. Whoa, it's a big thing. It's called a
woo
yeah, it looks like it could be a ram's horn, but I think this is ibex. Or yeah, I think this is like ibex.
Ibex
Curved
is another.
African horn.
Yeah, that's big, man. That's
It's a
big.
big yeah. So I don't think this came off of like a cow.
You can get some air going in that thing.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can make a little sound happen here, folks. I'm not. I used to play trumpet, but that was when I was very young.
All
But
right.
once a year, I kind of try to get it together to be able to blow this thing.
This is let you know this is not an easy thing. I've tried.
Well, yeah.
I can get a little something, but
Let's see if I can make this happen. So the first one is like a long thing. It's like the sound of one mountain calling to another. That's the first one called Tequila. And then the next is the sound of the heart starting to break
yeah.
because it's been oppressed or it's been repressed or it's not been allowed to tell the truth. So the heart is starting to break. So there's three little short bursts called Shavarim.
Shabavin. Yeah.
And the last one, which is the hardest for me to do since I'm not a practicing trumpeter and I don't have any embouchure folks, is called Teruah. And it's like 9 to 11 little ones. And that's the heart really letting go of its pain. It's the heart breaking completely into like pieces, shattering. It's a shattered heart, which sometimes is a good thing to do. Sometimes it's okay to shatter your heart in a way that works. So.
Hmm.
And then after you've had that experience, there's a sense of wholeness, which again comes from a long, long held breath. And that's the Tekiah Gedolah, the big cry, the cry of the liberated.
Mm-hmm.
We have been through the brokenheartedness, and now we go into our liberation.
Mm. That's awesome. I think some of it might have overamped the microphone, so I missed out on a little bit of it. But I really appreciate that. This is the way for the people don't know about the Jewish holiday of the high holy days, starting with Rosh Hashanah. It's coming right up here in early September, early this year. And this is traditionally, you blow the ram's horn just the way Jack Gabriel just did, and it opens the gates of this time of introspection, these days of awe. For 10 days, we get to examine our lives, and that ends with Yom Kippur. So as an entry into maybe some more teaching around High Holy Days, and you had mentioned this ancient, not ancient, but Rabbi Nachman, who I believe lived like in the late 1700s,
Yeah,
early
he lived.
1800s.
He lived. Yeah, he lived from 1772 to 1810. He didn't live a long time, 38 years, but
Yes.
he was a great mystic. He was a very cryptic. He said things and he taught with analogies and in one-liners.
So he
And
has
he's
a
a
there's
very contemporary kind of guy. You hear his stuff and you go, that I can hear that right now. So, for example, here are some of his pronouncements. May I say a few pronouncements?
Mhm.
Reb Nachman of Bratslav. Now, you got to understand, between 1772 and 1810, a lot was going on in the world. You have the French Revolution, you have the American Revolution, you have Napoleon freeing the serfs, people tied to the land. You have this tremendous liberation. But what Reb Nachman is facing is his own people, the Jewish tribes, are in ghettos. They're like being kept away from people. They're kind of like not allowed to really prosper. And he says, don't lose heart, man. Look at the freedoms happening around us. We're there too. It takes a little longer, but we'll be there too. So his energy was very anthemic and also very positive and hopeful. So one of the things he said, I have a little song actually that I could maybe do based on him, is all of this world is a very narrow bridge.
yes.
But the main thing is not to be so terrified that you won't move forward. Okay? So
So many of his songs are part of the Jewish renewal. His songs or his statements have become songs and part of this Jewish renewal liturgy. This is one
that,
of them.
yeah, that's right. All of this world is a very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge. All of this world is a very narrow bridge, a very narrow bridge. But the main thing we can do is to know our fears and to walk right through them. But the main thing we can do is to know our fears and walk on through. Oh, kol halam kulo גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם כולו, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. But the main thing we can do is to know our fears and to walk right through them. But the main thing we can do is to know our fears and walk on through. It's to shed our tears and walk on through. I've often wondered what that great rabbi meant when he said all the world's a narrow bridge. I think he said no one knows from where and no one knows where our souls go when we're done. We can guess, we can hear tradition, we can hear people's long-standing legends, but we don't know. We're just here for now. We gotta figure out what is next. We gotta let go of the evil that's the rest that gets in the way of our arrested development. As a human race on this earth, I look to Bob Marley. There's a man who knew some beautiful things and said them so well, yeah. All the world might be a narrow bridge, but one love, one heart will get us across, you know. One love, one heart. Yeah. One love, one heart. Bob said that, Bob Marley said that. One love, one heart. Yeah.
Right on, Jack. That, you know, you can't. I forgot that was also Nachman. That the all the world's a narrow bridge.
You know, I think what that to me is that, you know, he's not here to tell me what it means, but I think what it means to me is you could fall off to the right and be like too strong, too calcified. You could fall off to the left and be just too diffuse. But what he said, just put one foot in front of the other, man. Just walk the bridge, man. You don't know where your soul came from. You're here for now. You don't know where your soul's going to when it's over. So just stay on that bridge, man. One step at a time. It's narrow, but it's a good bridge.
Yeah. I mean that things are tight and that things can be rough, but yeah, he's addressing fear.
Right.
That's why the one I was gonna go on.
Oh, please! I'd love to hear something from you, man. Please. I don't want to.
This was another Nachman through Rabbi Hanan, through Joseph and Nathan.
Yay, my brothers, Joseph and Nathan Siegel.
Though a difficult time is upon us, our joy must fill the air. We must not lose our faith in living. We must not despair. Though a difficult time is upon us, our joy must fill the air. Chitty bim, chitty bum, a chitty bim bum bim bum bim bum. Chitty bim, chitty bim, chitty bum, chitty bum, chitty bim bum bim bum bim bum. Oi chitty bitty bitty bim bum bum. Oi chitty bitty bitty bim bum bum. Oi chitty bitty bitty bim bum bum. Oi chitty bitty bitty bum. And here's the Rob part. Hope is the muscle, fear is the obstacle. When we are courageous, the path becomes clear. Doing what scares us, our spirits will be lifted. 'Cause when we are determined, our hearts are strong and free. A chitty bim, chitty bim, chitty bom, chitty bom, chitty bim bom, bim bom, bim bom. Chitty bim, chitty bom, chitty bom, bim bom, bim bom, bim bom. Oi chitty bitty bitty bim bam bam. Oi chitty bitty bitty bim bam bam. Oi chitty bitty bitty bim bam bam. Oi chitty bitty bitty bam. Every little prayer, every act of kindness, every good deed, it's like a note right on pitch. So gather up those good notes, create a melody, and let that be our music. And we must not despair. Chitty bim, chitty bim, chitty bom, chitty bom, bim bom, bim bom, bim Oi, chitty, bitty, bitty, bum. Though a difficult time is upon us, a joy must fill the air. We must not lose our faith in living. We must not despair. Though a difficult time is upon us, our joy must fill the air.
Yes, man. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, you know? I mean, I love the music. I mean, I'm drawn to music and it gets me out of whatever funk usually, you know. If I have the spirit to sing, it usually means that the joy is not too far below the surface. But sometimes it's even hard to pull that spirit, you know. I mean, for
Yeah.
people, it's a rough
I
time right now.
By the way, you have a greeting from a friend of yours named Jonathan Seidel,
Ah, yes.
who's a wonderful, like also renewal rabbi in well, I think he lives in Eugene.
We know each
No,
other well. We know each other well.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I just was with him on Saturday night.
Oh, really?
Because well, he's kind of this there's a community called the Aquarian Minion,
I'm
the Aquarian
familiar. Yeah.
community in Berkeley and Oakland, and that's been around since like the 60s. It's one of the first places that really manifested this kind of joyous Judaism that I'm part of, and that Rob really had.
Rabbi Hanan.
Rabbi
That's how I know
Bill,
Jonathan. Because
whose memory is a blessing. Yeah.
yes, um,
So Jonathan and I were doing this thing called Slicha, which means the kickoff of this holiday season. It's like the preseason in football. The kickoff is this one night where you stay up late and you sing songs that supposedly are like do what I did with that shofar before. Break down some of the things. So we did a couple of things, and I did a song there um, that was in that kind of zone also. Um, So I'm going to sing this in three languages. It's like, you know, uh, people talk about the Messiah. The Messiah is coming. The Messiah has come. The Messiah will come. I think that's a kind of a limiting. Forgive me, folks, if you have a different point of view, that's really fine. I'm not selling. I'm just sharing. I'm not selling. I'm not converting. I don't do that game. But I sort of believe that there can be a messianic age. It could be messy and messianic, But I'm not waiting for one guy to kind of show up and go, "Peace on earth. Hey, let's do it." Maybe I'm happy if it happens, but I have a feeling it's going to have a different look. And the look might be someone like Greta Thunberg, that young girl from Sweden who said, "Hey, are you guys going to do something about the climate or what? I'm a kid. I shouldn't be telling you this. You're the adults." She started doing this at like 14. She's 18 years old now. She's all of 18, and she's still saying, "Come on, there's a world that's burning up. Stop burning up my world." So she might be, if I had a vote for a Messiah, she gets my vote. She's in, Greta Thunberg.
I know.
But if it's not her, it's going to
Speaking
be a
the truth.
movement of younger people, I'm thinking. This is my prediction or my whatever. I'm channeling something or other. Who'll say, "Enough, man. Stop hurting the earth. The earth won't sustain us." So here's a little song that really talks about the messianic possibilities, Here. A thread, a pearl, a golden flag, Messiah, child of David, sits over there. She's holding a goblet in her right hand. She's making a blessing over all of the land. Yeah. Yes, oh yes, it's so clear. Messiah, she might come this very year. Yes, oh yes, it's so clear. Messiah might come this very year. Schneer alle Per, alle Gildene von. Yiddish is like ancient German. Mashiach ben David, sitzt euch benon. Halt der Becher in dem rechten Hand. Macht der Bruche auf dem ganzen Land. Oi, mein, wie, mein, das ist wahr. Mashiach wird kommen, heintigs Jahr. Mein, wie, mein, das ist klar. Mashiach wird kommen, heintigs Jahr. Lai, lai, la, lai, la, 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 la. Lai, lai, la, lai, lai, la, la, lai, la. Lai, lai, la, lai, lai, la, la, lai, la, la. Lai, 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 la, lai, la. You know, I learned the song from Basia Schechter, who learned the song from the Klezmatics, who learned the song from Adrian Cooper, who learned the song from who the heck knows where. Oh yes, oh yes, it's so clear. A Messiah needs to come this very year. Yes, oh yes, it's so clear. We need to be messianic this very year. Schneer alle Per, alle Gildene von. Mashiach ben David, sitzt euch benon. Halt der Becher in dem rechten Hand. Macht der Bruche auf dem ganzen Land.
That was awesome. Yeah, we need something, don't we? We need something to move things around, stir it up. But we only need a little bit. You know, it's like we're half and half. We need to just push the consciousness.
I hear you, man. We're so close. My teacher, I had a great teacher named Reb Zalman Schachter Shalomi. And he said, anybody who doesn't get, anyone who's not on the path to enlightenment in these times is really not trying. Because there's so many different ways to kind of get it, what the universe wants. What does the universe really want of people? Just do your part. Pick up the broken pieces, bring them back home, glue them together. That's what it takes, man. Each one of it, and you don't have to be the prime minister or the president to get this done in your own life. Pick up what's broken around you, make it better, send it up to a higher power.
Amen. He not being busy being born is a busy.
He's busy dying. That's Rabbi Dylan.
That's
Bob,
right.
my man Bob. And also to live outside the law, you must be honest.
And I got to before we go, I got to bring up basketball because we both love. It sounds
Oh,
like we
oh,
love
oh,
basketball,
yeah, yeah.
but you don't have to sing your hoop song. But if you wanted to, but I know
I think I
I've been
will.
trying to write. I've been trying to write this thing about taking the fadeaway jump shot, which was
Yeah,
my man Oscar's thing,
the big O,
and
Oscar Robertson, the
yeah,
big
the big
O.
O, and relating that to what we're talking about, the feeling so small or not feeling like we're able to move the world. The thing about that little moment of a fadeaway is that you get to choose the space, you get to create the space. So the little guy sometimes can get off his shot and take his shot by bobbing and weaving, moving in a few steps, moving forward, but then choosing that moment of how to get it up and over, you know? And it's like the little engine that could, the choo choo, but I think that there is something there. I'm still kind of feeling my way to the meaning of it, but there's something, I was little, I grew late, and I had a big brother. So finding a way to compete or finding a way to have my voice be heard when it seems like you're insignificant or it seems like, oh, get that little guy, oh, little T, what are we doing with little T there, or Robbie, and so the fadeaway for me was like I had to develop it, and anyway,
So here's
I'm working on that.
So here's a song based on your metaphor, man. So all I cared about when I was a kid after Willie Mays, I had my own life, which was like, all right, I got up to be 5'11 3/4 at my highest, man. And I played basketball from seventh grade for the next chunk of my life, man. And I wrote this song. Almost got Dr. J, Jules Irving, to sing it, but something happened, But it goes, here's how it goes. All I got, my sweet jump shot, low cut cards, and the need to play. On the court, I'm a bad news report. I'm a whiz kid, I'm a wizard runaway. Hoops, my life is hoops, my life is hoop, 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 hoops. Yes, sir. Hoops, my life is hoops, my life is hoop, 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 hoops. Born to play in the downtown decay. Everything I got, I came by heart. I'm no fool. I tolerate high school, but I do my PhD in the schoolyard. Hoops, my life is hoops. My life is hoop, 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 hoops. With my fadeaway hoops, my life is hoops. My life is hoop, 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 hoop. I'm Hakeem, I'm Kareem, call me Dr. J. Step aside, look out world, I came to play. Patrick E, Charles Barkley, call me Dominique. Step aside, look out world, I'm at my peak. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, I play good D and I play to win. I pick up my man when he enters the gym, and I don't let up until the whistle stops. I do not care. He won't top anything I do. It's my home game. Don't be a lame. Step aside, big buddy. You might feel pain. Oh, all I got, my sweet jump shot. Low cut cards and I need to play. Up I jump, then I double pump. I can slam, stuff, jam, and I can fade away. Yeah, hoops, my life is hoops, my life is. Follow your passion, that's your hoops. Oh, hoops, my life is. Hoops, my life was. Hoop, 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 hoops. Yes, sirree, man. Hoop, 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 hoop. Just like Robbie Tobias. Hoop, 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 hoops. Yeah, Robbie. Wyoming, Ohio's finest son. Yes, 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 yes.
I don't know about that.
Son of a gun. What a dude.
Yeah, that's Rabbi Jack Gabriel. Hoops. It would have been a hit. It would have, could have. It is.
What a shit put up. I still like playing it, man.
So my little rap, just to finish, just to bookend this little thing, my little rap around
Please,
the fadeaway and hoops.
please.
You heard the story. David slew Goliath with just a stone, and the Americans beat the British hiding in the woods. Nobody done that before. Earl the Pearl started spinning. Clyde Frazier kept it going. James Worthy had that turnaround jump shot. Michael Jordan perfected it. There's always been innovation. Some people aren't as physically gifted, but they got the mind. They've got the mindset. They got the drive, the will to win, to create, to move. Move forward, step by step. But sometimes you gotta take a step back, and then you back it right in. Create a little space. Choose your time and place, and then fade away. You take that sweet fade away and take your shot, and there it is, my friend. You said it in your song, heart, your passion. You know, it could be hoops, could be whatever.
Could be painting. Could be like planting trees, man. Planting little bushes. Could be anything, man.
Hey, it's been a joy talking to you. I know we've gone way over a half hour. I don't know what this will become. I might post it if it's okay with you
Sure.
somewhere.
I'd love to see what we said. Thank you,
I'll
man.
send it to you. I'll send it to you. I don't think we went out of bounds anywhere. I think we stayed in the court of play. Anyway, I hope we can be in person before too long. You know.
That's what I was thinking too. In the middle of the whole interview, I said, for a moment I thought you were going to play along with me before you played your Reb Nachman song. But it would. I thought to myself, if we were able to do this in person, it'd be even cooler. The whole thing would be cool.
You know, and I have slightly, you know, it's the folk process, as you said. So and so started to that, and I do Narrow Bridge a little bit differently, and
Right.
I even do your Up with Joy a little bit differently, and
Great.
I added a part to it. Actually.
Really? That's cool.
I mean, I go, you know, sing a little song, do a little dance. You can't do it wrong. If you fill it up with joy, fill it up, up, up with joy. With
Nice.
joy, up, up, up with joy. We fill it up, up, up with joy. With joy, up, up, up with joy. Yeah, and so on. Yeah.
That's nice, man. I mean, look, we're both standing on King David's shoulders. It's good.
Yeah. So appreciate you, man. And let's stay in touch. Let's stay in
All
touch.
right.
Good holidays to you. I don't know. Did you decide? Are you taking part in any Aquarian Minion stuff or any?
Oh, so Rosh Hashanah. Well, first of all, my friend Joy's coming up from Santa Fe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know. So part of it's going to be just like, being involved in a nice relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have these possibilities. I'm kind of open. I don't, at this point, a lot of what I'm doing is like in the interstices,
Yeah.
rather than do a big, like, By the way, there's this lovely thing that happens every day. It's called the Nechama Comfort Minion. So last night I found myself, leading a service for people who are saying Kaddish around the country. It's kind of originating in Philadelphia, but most of my people were Florida, and I was from Colorado, and there were a couple of Philadelphians. But like this like, so I tune into different things that are out there as opposed to having a like a pulpit gig per se this year. I'm just kind of I'm doing splintered bits and pieces. That's what seems like what's up for me.
Yeah. And yeah, it's my sabbatical year as well.
There you go, Shemitah for the minute. Okay. Now you gotta get healthy. You got to get healthy. You got to stay healthy. I got to stay healthy. That's what our gig is this year.
I'm feeling good today. Tomorrow I got to go in for a treatment. So.
All right. So we got to do a little bracha for you right now. All right. Okay. Rifa'inu Adonai v'nei Rafei. Dear God, heal us so we can be healed. Hoshienu v'nei Vasheya. Save us so we can be saved. Ki tehilotenu ata, because you are the source of our song. Please give healings to those who get hit in different ways, especially to my friend Rob, whose mother's name is
Mary.
Rob, son of Mary. May he continue to draw sustenance from the people who love him and from his own love of life and his own love of music as he transcends the medical model in ways that, using what they give him, but also allowing his own immune system to kick in big time. May they all be at the top of their game and very focused on what they're doing. And may you get all the correct drugs you need, and not one bit more, not one less. Just enough to heal you and to come back stronger than you were before even. Ruchat Yashchina, we thank you, indwelling spirit of a mother's compassion. Rofei Chole Amo Yisrael, V'Yoshvei Tevel, who heals the sick of your tribe Israel and also of all people in the world today. And we say, Amen.
Amen. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jack, for that prayer and for spending some time with me. You've been listening to Train of Thought. My name is Rob Tobias. Till next time. Train of Thought can be heard on KEPW 97.3 in Eugene. It's also posted on SoundCloud.com/Rob Tobias. For comments and suggestions, email rob@robtobias.com.